Good evening, everyone. Please stay online और अपन अपना session within a minute or two begin करेंगे. If you have any questions, you can put down in your chat box. So, hello everyone. First of all, I would like to formally welcome you to this session. मेरा नाम विवेक कुमार है and I am a trainer at Learn and Build. Okay, or I mostly teach about full stack development and other web services and API development. Okay. So, like I have already stated, I'm going to give you a brief introduction about the internship program that you are going to have. थोड़ा सा इंटर्नशिप के बारे में बात करेंगे, थोड़ा सा फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट के बारे में बात करेंगे, आपकी प्रायोरिटीज समझने की कोशिश करेंगे, व्हाट यू लाइक, व्हाट यू डोंट लाइक. आई वुड आल्सो लाइक टू नो कि क्या क्या प्रोजेक्ट्स आप बनाना चाहते हैं, क्या क्या प्रोजेक्ट्स आप एक्सपीरियंस करना चाहते हैं. सो दिस सेशन इज गोइंग टू बी क्वाइट इंटरेस्टिंग एंड होपफुली आप कुछ ना कुछ एटलीस्ट इस सेशन से कुछ ना कुछ सीखेंगे, राइट? So just focus on my voice and the screen in front of you, and we will begin. So I'm assuming कि आप सारे most of the students are undergraduates. आप you guys are undergraduates, right? आप training के लिए for this is for internship and training purposes, right? Most of you. Yes. So you are at a very excellent stage. आप अभी decide करने का आपको time मिला है कि what you want to do in your future. And my job and the job of the team at Learn and Build, उनका पर्पस ये है कि आपको एक सही डायरेक्शन दे सके. सो दिस डायरेक्शन जिसके बारे में आज अपन बात करेंगे ये है फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट. ठीक है, एक्चुअली अमर दैट्स व्हाट वी आर हियर फॉर. अभी मैं फुल स्टैक के बारे में बात करूंगा सिंस आई एम दैट ट्रेनर. और आप मुझे सुने, आप सेशन पे ध्यान दें एंड होपफुली समथिंग फ्रूटफुल विल कम आउट. ठीक है, तो let's talk about full stack development. Let's talk about web development, web services. APIs एंड सो ऑन, मम्बो जम्बो जो इस समय चल रहा है, वन ऑफ द मोस्ट हॉट जॉब्स आज के टाइम में जो है, टॉप 10 जॉब्स की कैटेगरी में आता है, वो है फुल स्टैक वेब डेवलपमेंट। फुल स्टैक, नॉट ओनली जस्ट वेब डेवलपमेंट, एक्चुअली फुल स्टैक डेवलपर। दिस पर्सन अर्न्स अ लॉट ऑफ मनी इनिशियली, काफी अच्छा सैलरी और पे स्केल पे जाता है वो, एंड एज ही गेट्स मोर एंड मोर एक्सपीरियंस, उसका पे स्केल ऑब्वियसली बढ़ता जाता है। वाई ऐसा क्यों है कि ये इतना पॉपुलर क्यों है? क्योंकि व्हेन इट कम्स टू फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट, आप बेसिकली एप्लीकेशंस डेवलप कर रहे हैं, आप रिसोर्सेज डेवलप कर रहे हैं जो कि डायरेक्टली बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट्स को मीट करता है। ठीक है, कस्टमर वांट्स दिस एंड यू आर गिविंग इट टू देम। एंड वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इजीएस्ट वे टू कम्युनिकेट विथ अ पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड, एनीवेयर इन द वर्ल्ड, इज थ्रू इंटरनेट, है ना? इंटरनेट के जरिए अपन कम्युनिकेट करते हैं, सो व्हाई नॉट प्रिपेयर अ प्लेटफॉर्म वेयर अ कस्टमर कैन मीट इट्स अ वेंडर, जिसकी मदद से दे कैन परफॉर्म बिजनेस। और क्योंकि अपन वेब प्लेटफॉर्म यूज कर रहे हैं, सो वेब डेवलपमेंट और इसके इस पे बेस्ड प्रोग्रामिंग और कोडिंग करना इज क्वाइट फ्रूटफुल एंड बेनिफिशियल फॉर द प्रोग्रामर एज वेल एज द कस्टमर्स इन्वॉल्व। ठीक है, तो चलो ठीक है, ये तो बिजनेस एंड वाली बातें हैं, अपन बिजनेस एंड वाले लोग नहीं है, अपन प्रोग्रामर कैटेगरी के लोग हैं। ठीक है, तो इसके बारे में अपन ज्यादा डिस्कस नहीं करेंगे। सबसे पहले मैं ये आपसे जानना चाहूंगा कि आपको पता है क्या फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट का मतलब क्या होता है? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट? ये फुल स्टैक क्या चीज है भाई? आप चैट में मुझे बता सकते हैं कि व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय फुल स्टैक? आई वुड लाइक टू नो योर आंसर्स। बहुत सही, आई एम गेटिंग गुड अमाउंट ऑफ आंसर्स, मोस्ट ऑफ देम काफी करेक्ट भी हैं। और यस, यू आर राइट। एक्सलेंट। एक्सलेंट। ओके, अब नेक्स्ट अपना ये बनता है कि चलो फुल स्टैक, आप सही कह रहे हो, मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट्स आर सेइंग कि ठीक है, इट इज फ्रंट एंड एंड बैक एंड। अब ये फ्रंट एंड और बैक एंड क्या होता है भाई? जैसे फॉर अ पर्सन, द फेस इज द फ्रंट एंड एंड द बैक इज हिज बैक एंड। व्हाट डू यू मीन दैट? दिस इज गोइंग टू हैपन थ्रू जनरल टेस्ट, और उसके बेसिस पे अपन शॉर्टलिस्ट करेंगे। बट फर्स्ट आई नीड टू नो योर प्रायोरिटीज। मुझे पता तो लगे कि एक्चुअली यू आर जेन्युइनली इंटरेस्टेड, और आप वाकई में, मतलब जब वेबसाइट या वेब एप्लीकेशन जब बनती है, तो डू यू एक्सपीरियंस द जॉय? अच्छा, अभी मैंने एक स्टेटमेंट बोला, वेबसाइट एंड वेब एप्लीकेशन। ठीक है, एक जो फुल स्टैक डेवलपर होता है, वो वेबसाइट भी बनाता है, वेब एप्लीकेशन भी बनाता है, वो वेब सर्विसेज भी प्रोवाइड कराता है, वो एपीआईज भी बिल्ड करता है। कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ वेबसाइट एंड अ वेब एप्लीकेशन? क्योंकि अपन अपन फुल स्टैक डेवलपमेंट करेंगे ना, तो मेजोरिटी ऑफ द टाइम अपन वेब एप्लीकेशंस पे काम करेंगे। इवन दो नाम सेम है, पर हल्का सा, बट देर इज अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ डिफरेंस, एंड दिस इज व्हाट मेक्स अ फुल स्टैक डेवलपर फुल स्टैक डेवलपर। नहीं, वेबसाइट एड्रेस नहीं होता। एच टी एम एल सी एस एस, इन जो स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेजेस को यूज करके, इन स्क्रिप्टिंग लैंग्वेजेस को यूज करके एनीवन कैन मेक अ वेबसाइट। हाँ, बिल्कुल सही जगदीश। चलो, एक अच्छा सा मैं आपको एनोलॉजी देता हूँ। आप लोग मूवीज देखते हैं? मूवीज देखते होंगे, सिनेमा थिएटर में जाते होंगे आप लोग, है ना? और है ना? और क्या एक्सपीरियंस रहता है मूवी देखने का? जब आप मूवी देखते हो तो सामने स्क्रीन चल रही होती है, यस, शानदार इफेक्ट्स होते हैं और इमोशंस होते हैं, एक्शन सीन्स होते हैं, बट क्या आप उस मूवी को कंट्रोल कर सकते हो? क्या आप उसको रीडायरेक्ट कर सकते हो किसी और डायरेक्शन में? मतलब आपको कोई सीन पसंद नहीं आ रहा है, आप चाहते हो कि ऐसा नहीं, काश ऐसा होता, अगर मैं हीरो होता तो मैं तो ऐसा करता, बट अपन मूवी को कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, राइट? दैट इज अ वेबसाइट, जो आपके सामने वट एवर यू सी ऑन द पेज, वट एवर सी ऑन योर मोबाइल स्क्रीन और लैपटॉप स्क्रीन, दैट्स इट। अच्छा, अब आप वीडियो गेम्स खेलते हैं मोबाइल पे या पीसी पे, है ना? कोई बता सकता है एक मूवी और वीडियो गेम में क्या फर्क है? हाँ, बिल्कुल सही बात। इंटरेक्शन, बिल्कुल सही प्रवीण, दिस इज द वर्ड आई एम लुकिंग फॉर। इंटरेक्शन होता है ना? अपन इंटरेक्ट कर सकते हैं, अपन रीडायरेक्ट कर सकते हैं, ये वेब एप्लीकेशन होती है। वेब एप्लीकेशन लिटरली सर्वर एंड पे प्रोसेसिंग, सर्वर पे काफी सारी प्रोसेसिंग होती है, फिर उसके बाद जो उसका रिजल्ट जनरेट होता है वो एज अ वेबसाइट आपके सामने प्रेजेंट होता है। एक लिटरली आप एक सॉफ्टवेयर रन कर रहे हो इंटरनेट पे, इसको वेब एप्लीकेशन बोलते हैं। जैसे व्हाट्सएप, जैसे जूम जो आप अभी यूज कर रहे हो, ठीक है? और काफी सारी एप्लीकेशंस हैं, मेक माई ट्रिप से लेकर पेटीएम से लेकर फोन पे, जिनकी मदद से आप न जाने कितने सारे काम कर रहे हो, और आप ये जानते हो कि ये चीजें कितनी पॉपुलर है ना? तो आप समझ सकते हो अगर ये चीजें इतनी पॉपुलर हैं तो जो बना रहे होंगे वो कितना डिमांड में होंगे। Actually, Malika, I'm going to use both the languages because I have been told because the students today they would prefer both mixed. Okay, so like I was saying, what is a full stack development? I was telling you about, and I was talking about the difference between a website and a web application. So now you are aware now. A web application is like a video game where you can interact with the interface, you can interact with what you are seeing, or uske accordingly you get results, right? Whereas a website is a static page which just shows you what you want to see. ठीक है? For advertisement purposes, website is quite good. ठीक है? If you want to share information, it's quite good. But when it comes to web application, it gives you an immersive way to interact with an application that is running somewhere in the on the server. कहीं और रन हो रही है. You don't need to install it. You can directly use it. And that's one of the reasons ये जो वेब एप्लीकेशन है इज क्वाइट पॉपुलर। ओके, सो कमिंग बैक, तो आई होप आपको डिफरेंस, यू हैव गॉट द डिफरेंस बिटवीन अ वेबसाइट एंड अ वेब एप्लीकेशन। मोस्टली व्हेन आई एम टीचिंग, आई मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ट्राई टू यूज एनालॉजीज, इट मेक्स यू नो एक्सप्लेनिंग थिंग्स इजी। नाउ कमिंग बैक, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट फुल स्टैक डेवलपर। Now, as I've already, you have already given me the answer. Most of the students were right. Full stack developer is a person who can build both client and server applications. Client as in the person who is using the application. The server means a software which is providing that application. So a full stack developer can develop an application जो कि client के लिए भी होगी and for server as well. So you're going to do lots of programming, lots of coding, plus you're going to do lots of visual style designing, lots of UI work. Both of them will be merged into your full stack development. See, front end, जैसा मैंने बताया, the client side or the front end is something which the user sees. जो अभी आप देख रहे हो ना, whatever you are seeing, there are buttons here to click, there are uh, text boxes to touch and response. Everything that you're seeing right now, this is front end. This is the layout. This is the design. A full stack developer is involved in creating such design. Once the design is done, it is lifeless. It has no life in it. Now, as a backend developer, it is your job to bring it life. So, for example, if you're constructing a house, you have made a very beautiful house with lots of beautiful colors and expensive colors. It's the every room looks beautiful. It has expensive paint and all. But what if the switches do not work? What if the TV doesn't turn on? What if the fridge doesn't work? The microwave, no response. Even not even the bell rings. So you cannot, actually use the house. So that's the job of the backend developer. Okay. So backend involves basically behind the scenes processing that makes the visual style, visual layout do something. Are you understanding what I'm saying? समझ में आ रहा है ना? Just giving you a brief overview of what we are, you know, going to study. Remember, some we have to begin from somewhere. हमेशा कहीं ना कहीं से तो स्टार्ट करना ही है. We have to start from somewhere. Even the one of the biggest scientists, programmers were sitting just like you and they were trying to start something. Now it's your perseverance कि आप how farther you can push yourself, because trust me, full stack development is not an easy thing. You are seeing the mobile applications that you see, the websites that you see, they all look beautiful, they all look interactive, you are having fun. But when it comes to the development, it requires 100% dedication. And this is what I am expecting from you guys. I'm going to push you to your limits. Then only we are going to get a good amount of full stack developer. ठीक है ना? So coming back, so basically, overall, a full stack developer is involved with both aspects of development, whether it's the front end or the back end. Stay online, guys. So yes. So I'm hoping कि आपको थोड़ा बहुत idea हो गया होगा कि what is full stack development and what is front end and back end. Front end is the visual styles that you are seeing. ठीक है? And back end is all the services that are running to ensure that front end is interactive and responsive. ठीक है? Back end decides how the business logic works. Not only backend consists of the processing, but it also involves management of databases. You will design and manipulated databases, storage, whether it is going to be a cloud storage, whether it is going to be a local storage, etc. Can anyone tell what a database is? Why do we need data? Data is very essential part of development. I'm not just talking about full stack. No matter what stream you're selecting, data is always important. Mohammed Rashid, if you want to ask the question, you can ask the question in the chat. So, an integral part of full stack development is to manage lots and lots of data. Do you know how many users Paytm has? Do you know how many users PhonePe, maybe, or even the uh, Flipkart and Amazon has, and other e-commerce websites? Hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of users storing their credit card information, storing their names, storing their user IDs, their passwords, their likes, their dislikes, their reviews, their so much stuff, and that all that stuff is database. So you need a very strong grip of understanding what a database is before you can actually start working on that. And one of the important aspects of full stack web development is to deal with database. So as you will be developing full stack applications, you are going to learn a lot about database. Just once, actually, this is a good question. Why do we use full stack? It's all the matter of the business logic. You see, initially there were front end developers who were responsible for designing, and there were back end developers who were responsible for processing. Then a time came along where, you know, like just like in a animation or maybe an action movie, both of them fused together to create a person who was capable of not only designing but also processing. So two for one, do pe ek free. Okay. So this is a full stack web developer, or a full stack developer is like a superhuman who can work with the front end, who can talk with the clients, what they want, what they do not want. And it can also talk with the other programmers as well, what type of services that we need to run, manage. It can also talk with the database developer, how to work and manipulate database queries. So this person is an all-rounder. Give this man to bat, he's going to bat and hit a century. Give this man the ball, he's going to take 4 to 5 wickets. And give this man a field, and he's going to get most of the catches. Maybe not in a single day, but eventually throughout the days. So basically, you would want a person in your company that is actually a multitasker. Okay, hope I have answered your question. So now that we are aware of what is a, you know, full stack kya hota hai, what is a full stack, we are aware of what is website, what is a web application, we are aware of other technical stuff and mumbo jumbo. Let's talk about the hot topic of today, the technology used for your full stack development. Now remember, these technologies comes and goes. There were technologies before what is popular today, and there will be technologies in the future as well. But right now, for full stack development, one of the hottest, actually not one of the only hottest technology, the full stack development technology is MERN stack. MERN. So this is basically a collection of, or a framework of lots and lots of programming languages and scripting languages, which helps you develop not only that, lots and lots of other tools and softwares as well, which help you make a very powerful and efficient web application, which I'm going to give you an overview. Okay, so what is a MERN stack? What is actually, it's an anagram for us. It consists of a number of words here. M, bilkul sahi Jeetu. M stands for MongoDB. Like I said, database is quite important. बहुत ज़्यादा important. It's quite important. Database is very important for us. So one of the ways to deal with data is to use the database management software, and that is MongoDB. You can use other as well, but it's like all these four technologies, they are like best friends. They know how to talk to each other. They know how to interact. They know what are their shortcomings are. They know what their strengths are. So they just click. Okay, so M is for MongoDB. Excellent, guys. Most of the students are answering. I'm glad you are aware of this. E is for Express. Now, Express is a framework. It's a backend framework. I told you, na, we are going. A backend developer is a person who does a lot of behind the scenes screen processing, behind the scenes processing. So he's going to use Express for that. Okay. Then is R, which means React. Now comes the front end part. You are going to be building components, functional as well as class components to make your website not only beautiful, but highly interactive. So we are going to use React for that. And the last and the most powerful is Node. Again, it's a JavaScript framework which allows you to code behind the scenes. So basically, you would be running services, web services, and stuff like that on Node. Actually, Express and Node, they are quite related to each other. Actually, we are going to create a server in Node. Yes, React is a library. Do you know the difference between a library and a framework? It's one of the interview questions that was asked here in one of the reputed companies. I will answer this later on. Try to think of it. Do not search or don't use Google to give answers. This is not an exam. If you know it, you know it. If you don't know it, you will learn. That's why we all are here. So yeah, this is all the technologies used for developing a fully functional web application. We are going to use other software and tools as well. So it's not just these. There are other modules as well. Okay, let me give you an example of one of the projects that we may deal with. Right now, I'm working. The current students are now working with some other projects as well. It's a pilgrimage web application, but that is just something that we are currently working on. One of the projects that we may be working on is a human resource management web application, which is able to track time and activity of employees. So, for example, if you're coming into the office, so basically it's a boon for all the HR and the managers who wants to know what their employees are doing. So as soon as you log in, you enter your office, how much time you're spending on working and other activities, how we can improve the time spent on coding and other business related tasks is governed through this particular web application. Since it's a web application, all you need is a browser. That's it. This thing can run in your phone, this thing can run on your laptop, this thing can run on your tablet. That's the power of the web. That's why web applications and full stack web development is important and popular. Because if you have internet connection, then you have a browser. And if you have a browser, your web application will run. You do not need any specific configurations for that. For example, there are many softwares who require this amount of RAM and this much of processing and this much of this and this much of that. A web application does not require that. All it needs is a browser. So even if you have a very low end system with basic functionalities, if you have a browser and an internet connection, no matter, you are going to experience the same web application if you had a much powerful system. That's why web applications are popular. So one of the web applications is the human resource management application. Basically, this application was designed and developed to create a way for the HR and the manager to record the employees' activities. And this tracking is done in real time. If the employee is working on the project, what type of project is he working on, how much time he has spent, does he need help, does he need resources, all that will be covered in this particular application. So basically, it is going to show you the efficiency of every single employee. Plus, how much amount of work is being done by the employee during the working hours, and how to improve that. This thing is going to basically predict what can be done, what needs to be done, and what is happening. So yeah, it's a quite an excellent project, and the best part is uh, it is built entirely on the MERN stack. Even the front end we are going even the front end is developed on maybe Tailwind. We can use Tailwind or Bootstrap as well for the designing and putting on the visual style. But yes, yes, it's an excellent application. So let me just give you an overview of what are the various features of this particular application is. So if you are an HR, if you are a manager, then you can log in and know right now what the employee is doing. Right? Almost, Talib, almost. But the best part is this is something that you are going to develop. You will be experiencing, you will be going through the process of how these applications are brought to life. And trust me, there is a lot of difference between a person who is using the application and the person who is developing an application. You will be pulling out your hairs, but trust me, new hair will grow. Don't worry. Okay? But in the meantime, you will learn how to develop such an application. The resources will be shared to you later by the team of Learn and Build. You don't need to worry about it specifically. And some of the questions that are being asked about these stipends and the internship program and stuff like that, you can refer to the team of Learn and Build. They will, I'm sure, they're an experts in their field, and they will guide through you through your questions, right? But if you have technical questions, if you want to know about the project, I'm here. Like, so, like I was saying, we can use this project to manage the project that the employee is working on, the tasks he's performing, the events, the schedules he needs to manage, and lots of stuff. Right. So, yeah, actually, let me tell you, I oversimplified this project. I oversimplified this project because I'm explaining in a very simplistic way, but trust me, it's as complex as you can imagine. You see, that's a good question, Priyavarta. We are going to teach you from the basics. From the beginning, we are going to focus on the project, but we are start from the beginning. We are going to, let me tell you, let me show you a roadmap of what we are going to do. You see, if you have selected the full stack web development, then you would be the next step would be for you to select a type of project or the industry that you want to focus on. For example, if you want to develop a financial based project, if you want to, or you want to develop an e-commerce based project. So, for example, right now, I personally myself, we are, and with my students, we are developing an e-commerce web application where we are, preparing a web application for elder people for their pilgrimage needs. So all the traditional temples and places of India, we are trying to communicate and connect with them so that the and trying to make a web application so that the elder people can easily which can access and make the website as friendly as possible so that they are able to travel to these pilgrimage sites. Once this site is done, I will share you the results. You will be amazed at how much work is being employed. So coming back, you're going to select an industry, what type of project that you want to work on, if it's a financial tech based industry or an e-commerce or an agri tech and so on. And then you're going to pick a use case of what type of path that you would be selecting, and during that path you would be dealing with various amounts of projects, various amounts of assignments, various amounts of tasks and stuff like that. Okay, as you can see here in the program timeline, Pratik, the internship can range from 4 weeks to 7 weeks, depending upon your requirement. There are so many questions, it becomes quite hard to track. Okay, one of the questions has asked by student. The real-time tracking is done because how it is done. You see, whatever data and whatever task the employee is doing is analyzed in real time. If he's, it is basically a service. Not only it's just a web application, it's a service that is going to run in the background and it is going to track what the employee is doing on the computer. What type of work is he performing? And all that data will be sent live to the HR and maybe the project manager. So the project manager will automatically know what type of module the employee or the programmer is working on. Whether if he needs help, if he needs any guidance, he can ask for that live. That's how real-time tracking is done. So basically, a service just like your processes will run in the background and will monitor all the progress of the employee. Of course, Nagasai, you can build an e-commerce website, but it is going to take a lot more knowledge than that. Mohammed Nayal, we have not yet decided the timing of the class, but I'm sure, like I said, this is something that the team of Learn and Build is going to answer much better. Right now, I'm here to give you an overview of what this program is going to entail. So you have the program chart in front of you. The best part, the best part that I almost forgot to tell you about is mentorship by industrial experts. So we are going to talk about, not only there will be a trainer who's going to, like me, there's going to be an experienced trainer. You would be mentored by experts, you know, industry legends, just like, movie legends. We are going to talk about excellent, experienced programmers who are going to guide you. You are going to go through all the troubles that you may experience and you will experience while developing such a web application. Now, this is something that is quite fruitful. Kabhi kabar, what happens is कि we are actually stuck. Not only in the programming or development, we are sometimes stuck in career guidance, and we don't know who to look for. We don't know who to talk to because our friends, our family, they are not that you know that into that field. They are not aware of it. They do not have the knowledge. So it is then these industries expert comes along. Since we have a rich program of such training, industries experts frequently visits Learn and Build, and they continue to guide the students along the right path. So not only these experts are going to give you guidance, they are going to give you even a letter of recommendations if you are worthy enough, like I said. Okay. Not only they are going to give you guidance, they are going to give you letter of recommendation. And trust me, if a 10-year experienced programmer gives you a letter of recommendation, he says, I know this guy, I know what he's capable of, then oh my god, that's like a badge of honor. And any company will be just, dying to hire you after hearing his word. So not only you're going to, the best part about such programs is networking. You will learn, you will meet people who are, just like dreaming to be a full stack web developer, just like you. You will get to know about the industry experts who have been at your place where you are now, they have already crossed that place, and they will guide you to not make wrong choices and stuff like that. Right. So the entire chart is just in front of you. And like I said, it is going to be quite extensive, and I'm going to push you. No matter if I am whosoever the trainer is, since we are on a very time restricted uh, program, our job is to, make you the best possible developer in such short notice or not, right? So we are going to be doing lots of assignments, we are going to do lots of projects, assignments, projects, presentations, you name it, we are going to do it. This is how you would be coding with me later, maybe sometime in the night, raat ke raat ho jayegi, but we will be coding. So that's the life of the programmer, right? But let me tell you something. In fact, I'm going to ask you. So you are working on a project, you are working on an assignment. It has been, 1 day, 2 day, you're doing that. But once the project finishes, when you see it go live, we are going to make our websites live. That's the best part. It's not going to be something you're going to create that website and you're just going to put it. Rakh denge usko. No, we're not going to do that. We are going to make it live so that you can show it to the world. You can show it to your friends. Ke, yeah, this is what I built. Okay. And once that website or web application or whatever service that you have created comes alive, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. It feels so good. Have you ever experienced कि whenever you are running up even a simplest of the program, if it executes perfectly in first try, the happiness that you get in your head, the peace that you get, and the smile that brings you, the code has been executed without any errors, right? कितना अच्छा लगता है ना? Do you feel the jitter? If you do not feel that jitter, I am sorry, brother. I'm sorry, sister. I think programming is not for you. So even after working for maybe, I've been in this industry for 5 years, and आज भी when my program runs the first time without any errors, I am happy. Wow, yeah. How did this happen? Sometimes I am also amazed. Okay. Sometimes we don't believe our own capabilities, but when the web application is like, the best part of the full stack web development is you can see your progress, you can visualize your progress. That's the best part. You can see the web application you are trying to make from the scratch, and you are building it from bottom to top. And once it has reached its height, you know that you have done something amazing. See, that's why I'm using such words, because even today, after 5 years, I'm excited. So if you are able to experience that excitement, you are a programmer. You are a programmer. Okay, and this particular program is for you. Okay, I have a question. You can merge lots of technologies together. There is no such limitations. Do you know you can even develop mobile applications using MERN stack? Do you know that you can develop mobile applications, whether it be for iOS, whether for Android operating systems? You can combine multiple technologies together. The thing is, do you require it? Why are we merging technologies together? Because it is our requirement, because the project demands for it. You want to, for example, we are using MongoDB, and it is a database. There are other databases as well. There are databases such as MySQL. There are databases such as Oracle, Postgres. Then why are we using MongoDB? Because we want to make scalable and flexible applications. This is the business part. Okay, Ankit, this is the business part. Why can we combine technologies? If you feel that there is a requirement to combine such technology, then we will combine this technology. And MERN stack is born out of that. ठीक है? आपको पता है, before MERN, there was MERN stack. It is quite popular even today, but MERN has overtaken this MERN. There's also called a mean stack. So You see, you have tons of technologies to work on. So V here has replaced R and is basically means Vue.js. It's all again a front end development. The same goes for A is Angular, right? Yes, Jatin, just like the LAMP stack. Now, LAMP stack is something that was very popular maybe about 5 to 6 years ago. But the thing is, as you learn more and more about the technologies, you get lots and lots of updates as well. ठीक है ना? Okay. So yes, the question asked by Ankit, like you said, like you were asking if we can combine React and Django. Like I said, yes, you can. If there is requirement, you can. But it is going to fulfill our requirement. Now that's a question that you need to ask yourself. If you're building a project, do you need services of Python? I mean, Django is backend, right? Before Django, there was Flask. So it depends on the requirement. Okay. So let me come back to the project. One of the most popular projects of here of our program here that we activity and time tracker. So basically, it's a web application, as you can see here on the screen, which has a very beautiful UI where employees and the HR team can log in, the managers can log in, they can record their time, their activities, and like I said, the human resources department can monitor whatever the employees are doing, uh, their data in real time. Right. The even the HR can perform schedules. For example, it can create a schedule for a particular batch of employees to complete their task in that particular time, or they need to begin that task or end that task within that specified frame of time. So you would be managing times, managing tasks, assignments, generating reports, evaluations can be done from this. So वो ऐसा नहीं होगा जैसे होता है ना कंपनीज में कि this particular person just butters up the boss because so that he can get a raise. No, this is not going to happen. Evaluation is going to be done by that particular web application, and it is going to you know reward you. And based on those rewards, the more rewards or points that you collect, you would be getting a good amount of raise, right? So it's all about development and process. Yes, even though this particular website is more business focused, but in the end, it's a web application, and in the end, you are the one who are going to be developed it. You are the ones who are going to develop it. So maybe this application, maybe this is not the application that you want. Like I said, you will be going to you are the one in control. You're going to be selecting what type of project that you want. If you want an e-commerce, we may build a website like Flipkart, we may build a website like Amazon, or the website like we are building a pilgrimage website, or maybe a financial based application or an employee management system or something like this. So there are lots of options. Besides, one thing I would like to know, I would like to ask you guys, what do you guys think? This is a project. See, human resource and management project. Do you have any ideas in your head that we can convert it into a project? Like I said, you are in control. Maybe if the idea is good, why not make it a project? And if it is too good, let's publish it to the world. That's the power of full stack. So कोई ideas हैं? Any ideas for projects, guys? You can share with me in the chat. See, the best part of tinkering, talking with young minds like you is the that you have lots of great ideas. Me and other guys like me, myself now old, we cannot regenerate new ideas. We can work on old ideas, we can make code, but अभी इतने ideas नहीं आते हैं. Ankit, that's too common. Yeah. Web food applications, there are too many. We need a unique idea. So, for example, one of the students earlier shared with me a startup-based application, जिसमें those who want to begin a company, they want to start, or they can log into a website and browse through various schemes that are provided by the government, your local government, and various other companies who are willing to invest in such a startup. So basically, it is going to provide a communication between a person who wants to begin a startup and the person who has the money and he wants to earn more. So it's a good idea, even though it seems a bit cliche, but there is no such app designed app for that. There is a show, there is a TV show known as Shark Tank for that, but there is no application for that. Yeah, Vaibhav, share your idea, brother. Yes, Amir, it's a good idea. We can develop an application for donating blood and stuff like that. Recipe sharing platform. Okay, it's a good idea. Yes, I know that. I know that. Like I said, it was an idea, it was a good idea. But how many of the how many of the people in regular customers know about Type? A website's popularity depends on how friendly and how easily accessible it is. Then the word of mouth starts around and your website becomes popular. If the process is too hectic, if it involves too much conditions and criteria, oh, so no matter how beautiful your website is, everyone is just going to ignore. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. Yes, it's a good idea, Ishwar, to talk about the agricultural apps. We already have that. Okay, most of the okay, I do appreciate your ideas, guys, but most of the ideas that you are sharing are too common. But that's the thing. I am baby monitors. But that's the thing. I am actually giving you, that's the power of interaction. Na? I am giving you the way to think. I am, you know, that's a good app actually, Alam. See, in today's world, everyone is getting sick, and no one knows which one is the expert and how to reach him and how to talk to him and how to book an appointment for that particular doctor. So you can locate the nearby experienced and expert doctors which are around you, just like restaurants. See, so for example, if you want to eat something, you open your Google Maps and find out the restaurants near you. But after eating at the restaurant, you are going to get sick, na? So you need a doctor. So there should be an app which locates the nearby doctors. Okay, it's quite funny, but yes, it's a good idea, Alam. Actually, that's a good idea. That's really good idea. Hopefully, we are going to implement it, and hopefully, we are going to implement it with you. Arey, Talib, this is a very sensitive web application. Our MLAs and MPs are doing excellent work, and there is nothing we can do. They are doing excellent work. We cannot control them, and yet they are doing good work. The our country is progressing. Everything is happening. It's all good. Actually, that's a That's quite a good idea. You remember when the COVID was going on, we created an application that used to supply oxygen cylinders. It gave an uh, a platform for people to communicate with vendors who had oxygen cylinders, and they were providing public service. They are giving it for free, but they don't did people didn't knew where to contact them. So we created a web application for that. This has already been done, but good idea, brother. And there are too many applications for that as well. You talk about 1mg, Tata, Pharmacy. There are too many applications who talk about particular medicine. And besides, there are users. Most of the users, regular customers, they do not talk about such. But it's a good idea. Quite interesting, Jitu. So, like I can see, there are lots and lots of good ideas, and yes, some of the ideas can be made marketable. And the best part, the ideas that you're sharing with me, these are all business ideas, business and ideas. So, if you are going to prepare such a website, not only you're going to develop or, such an application, but you're also going to earn it. And depending upon its popularity, it can make you huge. It can actually build you. So, for example, Facebook, for example, Paytm, these are single web applications. These are applications. They are one applications, but look at them. Look at their market value right now. So all you need is a good idea and a bunch of developers. So I have future developers in front of me. Maybe what can we say? We can maybe you might develop an application which can make you the best, right? So yes, this was an interesting. I got to learn a lot from you guys. Hopefully, you have understood what we are talking about. In the end, I would like to answer the question that I told you. I do not leave my students lagging behind. I asked you what is a framework and a library. What is the difference between a framework and a library? So you can say a framework is basically a collection of libraries, specific libraries. See, that's a framework. So if you're using a library, you need to look for what you need, but you can create a lot using library. But if you know what you want to develop, then a framework is best for you. Okay? So for example, if you don't know where to start, you look in a library. But if you know what you want, you start with a framework. So, like I said, I like to teach with analogies. We do get to the technical part, but once we have understood the analogy, it becomes a lot easier to learn. So, I am hoping कि जो मैंने आपके साथ what I shared with you guys, आपको you have understood, you have learned a lot. What do you guys think? Python is actually a language. Hopefully, you have understood uh, a lot in this session. You have learned a lot about the projects that we might build later on. Maybe maybe something that maybe we can follow an idea. For example, I really like this idea, doctor appointment app. This is quite good, Hannah. How many of you get sick and you don't know which expert to look for, which doctor to go because everyone wants money? So why don't we vote doctors? For example, if you go for a treatment, rate him just like you rate a restaurant. Rate that doctor. If his ratings is good, the more he has ratings, you might visit him, right? And we can look for and maybe search doctors. That's an excellent idea. This is what I feel. What do you guys think? Is it a good idea? Do you know any other apps that can actually do that, specifically in our country? I don't think there is. But actually, you guys are young. We don't know. I would wish you to, stay away from doctors. Hit them with an apple. है ना? कहते हैं ना? An apple a day keeps the doctor away if you hit them with good amount of force. So yes, actually, Masood, you are right. We can Google it, but it's quite tedious. We can do that. Yes, you can use Practo app. It can also give you prescriptions. Then why Practo is not that popular? And besides, uh, we can do a lot of stuff with Google as well. But the thing is, it's not related to something specific. It gives generalized results, just like a search. Okay? And most of the time, people are attracted to. For example, you can. Do you know that you can also book trains on? You can also look for trains on Google or maybe flights on Google. Yet you choose certain apps to do that. हाँ यही तो बोल रहा हूँ मैं विनोद कि Google is able to do all of that. Yet people download other apps as well. You can locate restaurants using Google. Then why do we have, you know, dine-in services of Zomato or maybe Uber and stuff like that? So I'm talking about anything specific. Remember, like I said, if your app is user friendly, if your app is easy to use, and if it contains lots and lots of data, it's data rich, your app is going to be popular. Like Stack Overflow, just one. है ना? It's one of the most popular web applications. Okay. So we can go on like this. We can discuss a lot. है ना? So for now, we can conclude our meeting. You have any questions regarding internship, regarding the process, the entire internship process, maybe this program that you like, if you want to perform, learn about full stack development more, and you can just talk to the experts here at Learn and Build. Just log on to their website and they are going to guide through you. The upcoming tests will be shared with you. The timings, their schedule will be shared with you in the recent time. Okay. So hopefully you have found this session meaningful. We tried to learn a lot. थोड़ा बहुत मैंने we talked about some technology stuff and we talked about some project stuff just to give you an overview what entails and what is entitled in the future. Right. So hopefully you have learned a lot. I did. I learned about a good amount, good sort of projects, and hope to see you later on. And thank you so much. And hope to see you later on. And trust me, you are going to learn a lot. Okay. So this is me, Vivek Kumar, signing off, just like a host, TV host. And I had a good experience. Thank you, Jitu. I had a good experience with you guys as well. And like I said, connect with me later on. Bye, guys. It's good night. Good night, everyone.